Hi guys, and welcome back to another unboxing video with Thomas. Today I'm having a, well, rather lazily poured Irish coffee. Cheers. Still delicious though. So, this is a rather large box, as you can see, and I got this in a few days ago. So let's have a look at what they sent me this time. Okay. I think I have to cut these out first before I can tear here. I think FedEx boxes have these tear strips here, right? It's always a bit confusing. Come on. Come on, you little bugger. Okay. Nice. And then on the side, I have to be honest, I'm thinking about which one was it again I'm getting in. It's always difficult to keep track. Very nice. I don't even like coffee, but Irish coffee I can do. So, there you go. That was what it was called. Yeah, wait. It was... yeah, this just filling. Yeah, the rest of this box is empty. Here you go. The Pwnage Zenblade 65. Yes, 65. Even smaller. I can't seem to get full-size keyboards anymore nowadays. The box has a sort of faux leatherish texture. Designed by Pwnage in California. Made in China. Cool. Color black shine through. It's a very minimalistic box otherwise, but yeah, it looks cool. So, got some foam here, and yeah, there you go. So, off the top of my head, this is a contactless keyboard, a Hall effect one. I think so. I think it is Hall effect, but what is somewhat strange about this is a whole bunch of feet or bump-ons and whatnot here. Very thin ones, by the way, but still. Is that it is a CNC'd aluminium chassis. And it looks, ooh, it looks fancier than I remembered. Let me just get rid of this. So, there you go. So this is all CNC'd aluminium, and then there's, I guess this is also aluminium. I don't think this is brass. Maybe it is brass, actually. Difficult to say, I'm not entirely sure. But in any case, the fucker weighs quite a lot, even though this is just a 65% keyboard. Look how deeply sunken that USB port is. That'll be cool. Hopefully, yeah, if you get a slim cable like this, just a fairly standard looking cable, then that should fit in. But if you get one with a wide base, then that might not fit. So there's a couple of things I see already on the keyboard. The keycaps, I think, are, well, translucent double shots, but the the lettering is in the top left corner, which doesn't happen very often, and especially on backlit keyboards, because the LED is usually in the middle, or at least with MX type switches, and so the lighting doesn't always work well with that. That's why a lot of manufacturers choose to put the lettering in the top middle, or even just directly in the middle, rather than in the top left. But personally, I much prefer top left. It just looks classier, you know. So that's one thing. a small manual. What's in the box? Blah blah blah, a bunch of hotkeys. Gonna skip past that. And those bump-ons and a very standard keycap puller. But this is only a keycap puller, I notice. Which means that, well, that suggests that this is not a hot swappable keyboard, which I don't know off the top of my head. Let's get rid of that. Well, we can try. Let's see what switches are in this to begin with. Motherfucker, it's going to be difficult to recognize, I think. Yeah. So they look very much like Gateron Hall effects, except with a cream-colored slider. Now, these switches are usually perfectly capable of being hot swappable. It's one of the easier things to hot swap. Yeah, it is completely hot swappable, and you can see that it uses, to me, a different kind of underside of the switch. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. It's difficult to see that from here in the viewfinder, but yeah, it definitely looks different from a normal Gateron Hall effect switch. Do I have one within arm's reach? No, I can't be bothered to look one up. But yeah, let's say the footprint, the pinout for the shaft, so to speak, also looks different. It looks semi-rectangular. Interesting. So I'm gonna have to look at what they actually changed about this design. And yes, they are translucent double shots. Cool. Obviously, I'll be looking a lot more about that in the actual review of the keyboard. But for the moment, let's just see it light up. Yeah. So at the moment, I've got this cable, which is a very nice cable for a keyboard that I unboxed recently. Let's see, does that fit in there? It's not going to fit, is it? No, it does not. So let's see if it works if I plug it into the front of my PC. Oh my god, it's so hot in here. Fucking hell. Well, it's setting up the device. Yeah, it seems to work perfectly. So it's difficult to see backlighting with the normal lights off. Let me switch off the studio lights for a second. I can see a little bit better. Yeah, interesting. I can see some small defects in the lettering, I think, but it's quite subtle. I'll have to look at that in more detail during the review. Yeah, I think there's definitely something about these switches. I'll have to check with Pwnage themselves about what the actual differences are. Now, normally I'm not really all for small keyboards, but I don't know. It's just so subjective. I can understand why people do like them, and I tend to not hold that against keyboards, really. So, yeah. However, when I said black shine through, I guess that must have meant the caps, because obviously the keyboard is metal colored, not black, and it's certainly not transparent. So yeah, I guess that must have been the keycaps. It's an interesting look. This stuff at the back as well. I don't know if you can see that. This looks like it's white stuff that is printed on. I am not entirely sure how they did that. Man, it's fucking heavy though. I think the font, the typeface, is supposed to be either the same or very close to that used by old Cherry keycaps. Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for me to show that to you, but Yeah, maybe you can see it. There's just a couple of letters that give that sort of stuff away, and this looks like it's got them on it. But I don't know. They're probably not the most expensive keycaps. It's very rare that manufacturers put expensive keycaps on their keyboards nowadays, but whatever. So yeah, I think that's about it. So by default, it does come with 4 rubber feet here. So I'm not 100% sure where these are intended to go. Maybe for your switches or for your plate. I guess they're sound insulating or something. Let's have a look. Keyboard sticker. Oh, these are not switch stickers, are they? No, that would be very different. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, interesting. Rapid trigger sensitivity settings. Oh, yeah. I think that was something that I had to look into. Press FN plus tab to enter configuration mode. All the purple keys can adjust their sensitivity, which is most except the FN key and the top rightmost 4 keys, basically the keys above the right arrow key. It's difficult to show that on camera because the other keys are blue and the difference is going to be difficult to spot. Level is 0.1 millimeters to 4 millimeters. Segment values, blah, 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 blah. The brighter the LED, the more sensitive, with 20 levels of adjustment. Okay, you can select them independently to adjust the sensitivity, and the keys will light up the keys that need to be selected. What the hell? Okay, so you can toggle between full keyboard and individual keys with what looks like tilde and equals. Yeah. Yeah, so that's individual. Equals is individual keys. Tilde is, I guess, then the whole keyboard. It's kind of difficult to see. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing here. I'll have to look at that in a little bit more detail. But apparently, if you press FN again, you exit the sensitivity adjustment mode. Okay, interesting. Whole bunch of profiles that you can do with this. Man, there's a little bit to look at here. I guess I'll show you during the review how that works, but yeah, this is just the first impressions video anyway. I I think that should be about the end of it by now. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'm not entirely sure when I'll get to review this keyboard. It's my schedule's a bit difficult at the moment, let's say. But anyway, you'll see it when you do, and see you next time, guys.